Well, it would certainly be a beautiful day. That wind would just let up. Boy, that wind's cold. Let's take this little old road here and see if we can't go out here and find my boys somewhere out on the backside of this orchard. If they're back here grafting little apple trees, I bet they are. That Victor, he don't mess around, boy. He's a get her done kind of guy. My kind of guy. We've been doing this so long, he knows what I'm thinking before I even think it. He's way ahead of me most of the time. It's kind of nice, you know. He zigs, I zag, and it works out real well. By the way, we did book the job in California this year. I was kind of hoping I wouldn't have to go, but when the work comes in, I say yes. I never have turned it down. I just do the footwork, and then I do what's in front of me. So I got a little job of grapes I'm going to do down there, a little vineyard grafting. There's my boys. They're out there just getting it. Alright, I'm going to get out here and cut up some sign-wood for these guys, and then I'll cut down some trees for them because I see they're out of trees, and then I'll get a little bit of time. I'll get kind of caught up. I'll show you kind of what's going on out here. Camera's going to be a little shaky, pardon me, but you can see these little trees with just putting one little graft on these guys. I think there's 8,000 trees out here to do in this particular job. So I've been asked why we graft, and I've explained it several times, but why we graft is to change varieties. I got one variety that can't sell, not doing well, doesn't keep well, no shelf life or whatever. For whatever reason, it's a bad variety. And so then they grafted into a more profitable variety, and that's when they call me. So here I am. Yeah, they've got quite a bit done out here. Okay, well, I mean, they didn't do all this today. We were out here the other day. Anyway, I'm gonna get busy. I'll catch up with y'all later. Well, just a little more explanation of what's going on here. We've cut down 4 more rows there. He's crafting down 1 row, coming back up that next. This is a pretty good little job because I know that wind's gonna sound awful, but anyway, pretty good little job because these little one-signers, man, you can knock these things out in a hurry, and I get a pretty good price for them. And it's not that overcharge or anything on that. It's just that we can do so many of them. They're high production, whereas you're putting on 6 or 8 grafts per tree. It's labor intensive, and this goes pretty well. What we're doing there is knocking down 4 rows, and we're changing these over to a new variety. As I mentioned before, right now they are some Jonagold and Jonaprince. Jonagold, I think, is a cross between a Jonathan apple and a Golden Delicious apple. Jonaprince, I don't know what it is, but apparently it's not any good because they're getting rid of it. And this is the nursery's own orchard, so you know, even they can't always tell what's going to be a winner in the market. They do the best they can, but even their own orchards they work over sometimes. So that's what we're doing. It's called top working, by the way. And the other 4 rows, we're putting on 4 rows here. We're putting on Granny Smith, and then since we need pollinizers out here, there's going to be 4 rows of Granny Smith. Then there'll be 4 rows of what we're putting on Gala, I think. Gala's good apple. And if any of you ever get a chance to see in the supermarket, if you see an ambrosia, especially if it's a fresh harvest apple, man, that's a good eating apple. It reminds you of the old time common delicious apple. It just has a real good flavor. So ambrosia, remember, that's a good one. Gala's good apple. Fuji's a good apple. And the Granny Smith, of course, is a more tart, a good pie apple. But the Galas, these other 4 rows, alternating 4 rows, will go to Gala. So here in a couple years, instead of picking Jonagolds off of these same rootstock, same trees, they'll be picking Gala's and Granny Smith's. So I've got quite a bit of sign wood cut up, enough to last Victor all day and maybe to do the rest of this job. We'll be out here all day today and tomorrow, Tuesday, probably finish up late Tuesday, early Wednesday, and go on to the next one. So that's just a little bit more about what's going on out here in my world today. I appreciate y'all being here. Man, what a view. Isn't that beautiful? I love the snow-capped mountains in the background. 'Tis a thing of beauty. Makes me happy to go to work in the morning. When I get to look out my office window and see this kind of thing. Y'all take care, be happy. See ya. Well, here's a little postscript to today's operation. You know, we let two guys go on Saturday because one of them didn't want to do it and the other one had an attitude about doing it. So anyway, I got two new guys this morning, and there's something I deal with all the time. We just found out that the one of the guys I hired this morning, he's got another job, so he's got to leave at 3. He's got a night job. Well, you know when he told us about that? At 2:30. And if I'd known this morning, I could have made other arrangements and got a different guy, because I'm getting these guys from one of my clients. But you know, no, didn't say a word. Nobody said a word till 2:30. Well, now the other guy rides with him, so he's got an appointment tomorrow for 3.5 hours in the morning. He could come at noon, but he don't have a ride and he can't drive. So since we can't use the guy that's got the car because he's got another job, I lose both of them. And this is something I deal with all the time. One time in California, I spent a month training this guy, and it's expensive to train people. It costs a lot of money to train new people every year. And so I got this guy trained, and really, you know, kind of a key part of the operation. And one morning they come out and he's gone. I said, well, where's Jose? And somebody says, oh, he went to Arizona last night. You know, not a word, knowing full well in a month in advance or 2 weeks or whenever he was going. Not a word, so we could get somebody else. Just don't even think about it. Never a thought. And so this is part of my world. The stuff I deal with on a daily basis. It's just a hoot. I'm glad it only lasts about 3 months, and I can go play with my hot rod. Makes it all worthwhile.